U.S. Army's 2nd Cavalry Regiment. Thank you so much for coming and choosing Kumanovo to launch the Dragoon Guardian exercise. Over the next 10 days, the soldiers from our two countries will work together to improve their readiness. They will complete several complex engineering and medical tasks that will ensure their ability to meet any challenge that may arise. But it's very fitting that we start this exercise here in Kumanovo, a city who has served throughout history as a crossroads between Macedonia and its neighbors, connecting trade and transportation routes east and west and north and south. Exercises like Dragoon Guardian serve a similar role. They connect soldiers, countries, regions in pursuit of our shared goals. First and most importantly, joint exercises like this connect our soldiers. As they work together, our soldiers form personal bonds, and these bonds ensure that our armies can communicate and operate jointly. We are proud this year that nearly 600 soldiers from the Republic of Macedonia will participate in US-sponsored multinational exercises across Europe. And as our soldiers experienced during this past month during the Saber Guardian exercise in neighboring countries, Macedonia's soldiers are skilled, dedicated, and smart, and working with them makes us stronger. While we build connections through exercises, we test them on the battlefield. And soldiers from Macedonia have fought side by side with Americans in Afghanistan and Iraq since 2002. And I know, and I hear from the US Army that they have great respect for their counterparts from Macedonia. They saw their courage and dedication in 2011 when they joined US forces to defend the US Embassy in Kabul. Joint exercises help bring our countries closer together. Throughout this week, US and Macedonian soldiers will travel to different communities, such as this, to demonstrate how they work together to ensure our mutual security. And I hope that citizens throughout the country will take advantage of this opportunity to come out and greet the soldiers and learn more about what they do and their efforts. And personally, I can think of no better representatives of the United States than these dragoons. And they're also bringing some rather interesting and cool vehicles like the one you see today. Finally, joint exercises bring Macedonia closer to NATO. It's important to note that NATO membership is not something we just talk about. Through bilateral training exercises and NATO-supported events and operations, we help Macedonia prepare for its future membership in the alliance. In this respect, it's very fitting today that we welcome the 2nd Cavalry Regiment, the Dragoons, a historic regiment that has fought in almost every major military engagement since the early part of the 19th century. Their motto, which you can see on their shoulder patches, is always ready, toujours prêt. And indeed they are. After the United States entered World War I, the Dragoons accompanied General Pershing, making them the first US soldiers to land in France 100 years ago today, or 100 years ago last month. The regiment is now part of the European Reassurance Initiative, which works to transform the US Army Europe into a lighter, more agile force that cooperates closely with NATO allies and partners. Next week, Vice President Pence will travel to Montenegro and meet with leaders of the Adriatic Charter Summit, including Prime Minister Zaev. Last month in Washington, he noted that NATO's open door must always remain so for those nations that share our values, wish to contribute to the most successful alliance in history, and seek a brighter future of security and prosperity for our nations in the world. The United States is working to see Macedonia join NATO, and whether that's through supporting reforms that strengthen your democracy, through exercises like Dragoon Guardian, or initiatives like the Adriatic Charter. So thank you all to help organize the Dragoon Guardian exercise. Many thanks to the soldiers, from the Republic of Macedonia and the United States that are here with us today. And Colonel Himes, Colonel, I look forward to visiting you down in Krivolak early next week. Thank you all.